we're really on the downhill slide from here because we have all the plumbing done, we got the faceplate seal done, and now what we're going to do is we're going to rock in the face of this to disguise it, and then once we get it rocked in, we'll be able to start adding some water. We'll put some dechlorinator in there, of course, to protect the fish. But Tyler, why don't you start handing me some rocks, and I'll show you a couple of tricks the way we'll rock this in. Yeah, got it. Once again, it's a whole lot easier if there's no water in the pond, but let's flip this over. Let's see what this looks like. Now I want to make sure I hide this piece. I don't want to see these guys from across the pond. So go ahead and shim them up like that. Yeah, we could definitely shim it up, but I might just stack another one right on top of it too. I might find a skinny one. Okay, cool. And then right here, we want to hide the bottom. And we can come up into this area a little bit because remember the floating weir dictates how the water is going to come through. So that guy's going to hide that band really well. Maybe I'll flip it one more time. Yeah, like that. Let's backfill this a little bit. That's going to help. Okay, give me the back of that shovel in here, please. Not too hard. That way. Yeah, go that way. No. All right, good. I want to stack another rock on this, so I want it to be nice and stable. There. Okay, give me something sizable here so we can backfill. I like the way that fit. Let's add a little more dirt behind it. So we left the face of this, we didn't have enough dirt back there. So now that I have the rock work going in, I'll be able to get adequate backfill back here. And then I'm gonna take the time, make sure this extra loop here is coiled in. Keep it coming, Tyler. So at this point, I'll usually start filling the pond and get up to water level. And while it's filling, I can do some of the dolling up of this edge work right here. But before I do that, I want to show you, where's that old plastic cover? Grab me that plastic cover, okay, Tyler? A lot of times, some of the plastic skimmers, if you're used to them, they're lightweight. You can use the old plastic skimmer because, as I said, this is one of the most compact skimmer units on the market. So if you're used to this, you can go ahead and throw this back on top of there. But oftentimes we'll use a piece of flagstone. It's my preferred method. We'll put a piece of flagstone in here so it matches the stonework. See how that comes in there? Put a couple plants next to it and creeps over the top. And then the tone of this flagstone matches the rock that we're using. So this is our preferred way to go. So I'm going to leave this here while we're working. We'll throw a little more dirt around here, and then we're going to start adding water to the pond so we can dress up these edges. You want to make sure you put some dechlor to neutralize the chlorine and the chloramines. as you're adding the new water. So while this fills, I'll start picking up some of my tools and doing some of the detail work. So before the water comes over the top, I'm going to take the cord out for the pump, and I'm going to drill a hole in the back right on the top, just big enough for this cord to sneak out. There we go. So I got my little shop vac, that's done. So I'm gonna just vacuum out a little bit of the construction dust and debris that's in here. And then I'm gonna put the basket plate back in there and the weir and debris basket. So here's the blue filter pad. This sits right on top of the plumbing. And then here's the basket plate. If you'll notice, this is the external one. It has a little notch here. I'm sorry, the submersible one has this little notch. So if you have a submersible pump, then your cord is going to sneak through this as it sits on that bench. If you have an external pump, then you wouldn't have that little notch. So it's important to know that the notch is going underneath the bolts in here. If in fact the basket plate is sitting above those bolts, then water can bypass through the front down here, and then you're not going to get a good vacuum beneath this and make this work correctly. So it's always important to stick that underneath those bolts right there, you see? And then we can drop this in and we can wait for the water to come over the falls. I got about another inch before it comes over. Okay, we have water in the skimmer now. We just have a little bit of, let's doll this area up a little bit. I'm going to put the skimmer lid on here so we can match the rock work to the top of the skimmer lid, and then we can finish the backfill. Well, this concludes the tutorial on how to install a Helix Pond Skimmer on an existing pond. You know, a lot of people have been giving me grief about getting this video produced so they could tackle the project themselves. I think we covered all the steps. We actually ran into a couple of hurdles. We overcame them. And, you know, we have all the details pretty much worked out. But I want you to know that you can rely on our Authorized Helix Contractor Network and our Authorized Helix Retailer Network if you're looking for help getting the thing installed in your own backyard and having it professionally done, or just going into one of our retail establishments and getting all the information you need to tackle it on your own pond. I think I could talk more about the benefits and how effective and efficient it is, but I think that it kind of speaks for itself. Until next time, I'm Eric Triplett, the Pond Digger, and I hope you dig ponds as much as I do.